Hi guys, thanks for viewing my video. I'm Coach Adrian. As I have stated before, my coaching clinics are designed to help us make happy choices. This clinic, we discuss the numerous benefits of being hopeful. Our issue for discussion in this clinic is the frustration of a young woman who had recently lost two members of her family to the deadly coronavirus, COVID-19. And I want to quote her exact words. She said, "Right now, for me, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing." What are the underlying messages in the words spoken by this hurting young woman? I have come up with three underlying messages. Message number one, like many others, she will only base her conviction on what she can sense and not on what she cannot prove. This is what the lost has done to her. Message number two, like this young distressed woman, many unable to deal with the deadly impact of the virus are giving up in despair, believing that there is nothing more that they can do to make things better. And finally, I think the statement suggests that a spirit of frustration and hopelessness is beginning to force many the world over to question their faith and their faith in God. This is why in this coaching clinic, we highlight the importance of hope, the importance of faith. It is true that the year 2021, although we are not at the end of the first month yet, is already sending mixed signals. Why do I say that? For two reasons. Reason number one, while we are rolling out new vaccines, the coronavirus, COVID-19, and its many variants are becoming more deadly, with average deadly daily fatalities over 10,000 so far in the month of January. That is the world over. Reason number two, the combined effects of shortages of hospital beds, medical supplies, oxygen, and in some cases, coffins to bury the dead are eroding confidence in many. But there are two quotations on hope and faith that I would like to share with you to bring a certain measure of comfort. Quotation number one, it says, hope is being able to see there is light despite all of the darkness. That is beautiful. We can substitute despite all of the pain and sorrow. Quotation number two, it says, let your hope, not your hurt, shape your future. Let your hope, not your hurt, shape your future. This brings to mind the writer of the book of Hebrews in the New Testament. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, that's what the writer says, and I'm quoting it. It says, without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. So faith is very important. Hope is very important. In fact, the Bible teaches that our salvation, our protection, and our breakthroughs, even in this pandemic, depends on our unswerving trust in God and his ability to do what he says he will do. Sometimes we have to go beyond our senses, beyond what we can see. We can to trust that things will be better, to trust God that he is in control. We can therefore conclude that one, our fortune is not determined on what we can merely sense or what we can prove, what we can replicate, as many believe, but our hope and our faith is the confident expectation of what God has promised, what God has said he will do. And secondly, because God is the only God, and because God cannot lie, God cannot change. If he blesses, he will not unbless. If he says he will keep us, he will keep us. If he says he will protect, he will protect. So what about hope and faith that should strengthen our resolve in this trying time? I can come up with 3 encouraging thoughts. Thought number 1, hope keeps a man alive. Now that is very, very, very important. Hope keeps a man alive. When we lose hope, we die. There is no basis for living anymore. Point number 2, when we reach the limit of our knowledge, even in this pandemic, our faith in God enables us to expect with confidence and to cherish the idea, the expectation with great anticipation. And point number 3, hey, guys, ask the many millions all over the world, if you have the opportunity to, that when there is no food, no home, no medicine, no doctor, no vaccine, it is our faith that carries us. And some of us can identify with that. In some of the areas, there is no food, there's no medicine, there's no medical facility, there's no doctor, there's no nurse, there's no vaccine. It is the resolve, the hope, and the faith at that time that carries them. It is our faith that carries us under those circumstances. Jesus said to Thomas, who doubted his resurrection, John chapter 20, verse 29, happy are those who don't see, but yet believe. That is wonderful. Happy are those who don't see and yet believe. We always end our clinics by reminding ourselves of the 2 principles that help us make wise choices. The first one is from William Penn. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. And right is right, even if no one is doing it. And the other one is like unto it. Truth is truth, even if no one believes it. And a lie is a lie, even if everyone believes it. And we end always with a word to the wise. Our word to the wise is from one of Jesus's trusted disciples, Apostle Peter. He pleads with us in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 7. And I quote, "Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you." This worth repeating. We are to give all our worries and cares to God. He's God. Why? Because God cares about us. Cares about us in this raging pandemic. Let's connect. Connect with me via WhatsApp, 869-668-9752, or via email, peter@coachadrian.com. Now look out for new videos posted on my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and LinkedIn on the 14th day and 20th day of each month. Thank you for viewing. Please remember to subscribe and like my video.